What's up, everybody? Tim here. So, Saturday evening, spent some time at the pool today. Took my youngest. Had some good time there. You ever notice that when you're in the pool, I swear chlorine has tryptophan in it because you come home, man, you're knocked out like you had Thanksgiving dinner. That's what happened to me. Anyway, so I have a vinyl update. Remember when I said I was slowing down? Never really happens for so long, right? Anyway, so it was last weekend. We went running around, found a couple yard sales, and one I'd seen advertised on Facebook, so I really wanted to go to that one. And then we just kind of looked around and found an estate sale. So that one was a bit later. Excuse me. So the one that I had found, they had specifically said they had. Sorry, something on my table. It's something that they specifically said they had records, and when I saw the photo, there was something that intrigued me. It wasn't fairly uncommon, but I was just, I'll go check it out. And they said that they were raising money for a cancer patient. Well, when we get there, we come to find out, I think the cancer patient was the woman who was having the sale. So we definitely wanted to take a look and see, what we could do to support. So see a trunk of records, and they're kind of laying flat. And then there's a crate. She says, "Oh, the crate's my dad's stuff," and she looked like she was my age, maybe a little bit older. So I'm assuming it was really old records. And she's like, "Yeah, it's my dad's old jazz and stuff like that." Okay, I'll look. Twist my arm. So it started to flip, and it was a little discouraged. I was like, "Man, this is stuff that I'm really not feeling." Then I ran across this. So this is Nina Simone's High Priestess of Soul, and it's on a 70s gold RCA. Very much a Dynaflex, and this one sounds it. So this is a 70s repress, very thin. I can read the side 2 label through side 1. But it sounded okay. There was some clicks and pops, but I'm going to try to give it another clean, and hopefully I can get some longevity out of this one. So until I can maybe replace that one with a better sounding copy. So that comes out of the crate. Flip a couple more. This is Nina Simone's Little Blue Girl. Someone, I think, just showed this in the vinyl community page that they picked it up. This one, however, is I want to say her second or third pressing on Bethlehem. So it was definitely an early pressing. It even has a price tag on the back of, was it $367? Yeah. But the cover, you can see it's beat. Don't play the cover. Haven't given this one a spin yet, but it looks like it should clean up fairly nicely. There's a couple of marks, but on these older, thicker records, those marks are sometimes a lot more forgiving than some of the other things you can get in the 70s and 80s where it was recycled or it was thinner vinyl. Case in point, the Dynaflex. So I think that one will probably do me as long as it sounds good. The cover's not in the best of shape, but again, it's an early pressing, so it should sound pretty good. So then I went to the crate. The one that intrigued me was Billy Joel's Turnstiles. And I think I have that on CD, but I didn't have it on vinyl, and it was beat. So a little discouraged at that. I was like, man, this is gonna be some garbage that I really can't do anything with. But I found a few things. So let's hold it the right thigh way, shall we? So Bayou Country from CCR. I actually thought I had this. I thought I was picking up a second copy to kind of Frankenstein a good one, but it turns out I didn't. The cover is a little worse for where you see the ring wear and stuff like that, but the vinyl looks good. Born on the Bayou, Proud Mary, so great addition to the CCR collection. This one I thought looked better than when I got it home, got it under a better light. Side 2 has got some marks. Thankfully nothing seems super deep, so it should play. But it may just be a placeholder copy till I can replace it. The Plastic Ono Band from John Lennon didn't even have the original inner, but it is it has the Apple Core label. So This one will do me for a while, I think, as long as doesn't have any major issues. So this one was kind of a chance. I won't say it's a blind buy because I'm familiar with the band. It's Brian Auger and the Trinity with Julie Driscoll, and it's called Street Noise. Two record set, gatefold. Some interesting covers on this one if you're not familiar with it. They cover Nina Simone's song "Take Me to the River," Take Me to the Water. Doors Hit Light in My Fire. They got Miles Davis too on here, all blues. So after kind of just looking at all that, I was very intrigued by it. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a good spin. It's been a very busy week with work, so I just haven't had a lot of chance to play. And I've been playing some of the stuff that I've had sitting around. So found this pretty quickly off the bat. Kept digging a little bit further, and I found some 80s stuff, and I was really excited about that. So this one's Thomas Dolby, The Flat Earth. Big hit off of this one was Hyperactive. This is a Capitol EMI issue, so this would have been after he left Harvest, and I guess they just kind of they put him under the EMI label, which I'm pretty sure Capitol distributed Harvest as well, so it wasn't like he changed much. But Thomas Dolby 80s stuff I'm gonna grab. He's a little bit more avant-garde, a little bit more willing to take a chance or two, but still good sounding stuff. This one I did not have on vinyl, but sure glad I do. No, I take that back. I do have one, but it's pretty badly warped. So this one's a nice upgrade for me. Obviously, Ghost in the Machine, second to last album that they did. Synchronicity was pretty much the end. But by this point, man, they were really firing on all cylinders. Still had a little bit of the reggae sound, but we're adopting a little bit more of a jazz sound. And I think at this point, Stuart Copeland had really locked himself into a drummer that a lot of people needed to pay attention to. Just a lot of great songs on this one. Even some of the off-album stuff is just really well done. So glad to have that one as an upgrade. And this one's one of those ones that whenever I see, I'm a huge fan of this artist, so I'll tend to look for upgrades whenever I can, but this was one of those albums that it's probably in my top 50 of all time, and when I see him I'll buy him if it's a decent price. It's Billy Joel's The Stranger. This is I want to say a late 70s early 80s press. Sounds good though. And talk about like just hit after hit after big song. You got, we're all familiar with it, but Running It Down, Moving Out, The Stranger, Just the Way You Are, Scenes from Italian Restaurant was probably one of my favorite songs by him. Only the Good Die Young, She's Always a Woman. This is just basically a who's who lineup of some of the best songs he's ever written. So it stands out as one of his best albums, in my opinion, that Billy Joel has ever done. Excuse me. So, even if I've got 3 or 4 copies, I'm going to pick that one up because that's one of my favorites, and I'm going to always be looking for that perfect pressing, that perfect sounding one. Excuse me. Some iced tea for everybody this evening. Cheers. So that was it from that sale. Gave us a good deal. We wished her well. And then we looked around on the apps and web pages that we use just to see if we can find anything else in the area. And I found an estate sale. And usually estate sales, if you're there late, you're kind of lost. So we get there and they have any media right up front, so don't have to go far, which is nice. CDs kind of a bust. DVDs we'll sometimes look at, in case there's some movies we want to add to the collection. Didn't really see much there, and I'm flipping through the crate of records, and I've actually found 2, and one of them shocked the heck out of me. So this one is a lot of, I won't say a lot of jazz. I don't know what was there prior. But I did pick these 2 up. There was a third I almost took a chance on, but it didn't speak to me, so I left it there. This one, Herbie Mann, Memphis Underground. This is from '69. I want to say it's a mid '70s pressing. Cover needs a little bit of work, but it's in a good spot, so I can easily glue that. Looks to be like the proper inner for Atlantic. But I'm pretty sure this is an early '70s press. He actually does does the Battle Hymn of the Republic on this one, and then they do a rendition of Hold On, I'm Coming. So I'm looking forward to spinning that one. And then this one, and I actually found this one first in the crate and could not believe my eyes that not only was the vinyl, because that one was pretty clean, but the vinyl on this one was so clean. The corners were sharp. I was blown away. Now it's not an original press. That's okay. It's a I want to say it's probably an early '70s pressing based off the label, but Cannonball Adderley, Mercy, Mercy, Mercy. This is a live album at the club. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I love Cannonball Adderley, whether it's, the quintet or just billed as himself, which usually had his brother with him anyway. But when you see David Axelrod, you're getting extreme quality jazz from Capitol. He just had a great ear for it. Even if you weren't a fan of his music, which I know some people aren't, he produced some amazing stuff. And so this shows that this is not an original, but again, vinyl, super clean. Other than a fingerprint or two that I cleaned off, I would say it probably came in and close to near mint. It sounds fantastic. I've spun this one a couple times already, and so glad I have it. So I'm glad to add that one to the collection. So that's what I got. So back on the vinyl horse. Probably gonna slow up again because it's back to school time, so all that fun stuff, and just a lot of things going on here at the house and stuff. So trying to limit myself, be a good little soldier, take care of things, so I'm not spending all my money on vinyl, because that's what I do. But I still got stacks and stacks of CDs to go through from all the previous pickups, so we've still got stuff to show. And I got some ideas for some other videos as well coming down. So content should still be coming as long as I can find time to shoot these things, because it's been crazy at work, it's been crazy at home, so a lot of things going on, a lot of things to deal with. But hey, that's life, right? You take it in waves. Sometimes you'll be able to go out and score, nice 3, 4, 5 weeks of steady big scores, and sometimes you gotta sit low. So it ebbs and flows, but I'll still be here. Everybody home, like I said, I'm shooting this on Saturday nights. Whenever you see it, hopefully you've had a great weekend or still having a great weekend. Otherwise, we'll talk soon, everybody. Peace.